Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hucker's Hideout. Today, we're back checking out the new pre-alpha build for Anvil Empires. Time to get the Smithy automated with some animal help. Hopefully, we can help the team stave off the impending defeat. Anvil Empire's release date is yet to be announced, so stay tuned to their Steam page for updates. The link is below. Now, please sit back, relax, and enjoy as we try and capture a donkey. So you can see there's a donkey running away from us, but if we equip in our inventory here equine feed, he will no longer run away. He will run towards us. It's kind of like a little lure. And so we will lure him back to our base and I'll show you our new little setup we got going. As we arrive home, I want to let everybody know that I have set up a Discord. So come and join me on the Discord. The link is also below, and you can come hang out with us. But yeah, first off, let's get this donkey all trained up. So you can see we have expanded a little bit. I'll explain the pieces in a second once we get the donkey started on his training mission. Because as you can see, the donkey is kind of a little guy, and we're gonna need a bigger donkey to assist us on our journey here. So what you do is you lead him into a little animal pen, such as this, and then you close the door and hopefully he eats the feed that is in here. So you can see there is a bunch of feed and see if he tries to leave. Okay, he's not trying to leave. I assume he's eating the feed currently. And so we will let him peruse around till he finds his way. But yeah, he is going to enjoy the food and eventually he will get bigger. And so that's what you need to start. You need to get an animal feed to start attracting your donkey in. Let me make sure he's actually eating the food. Okay, he is. I feel like it was at 38 if I'm not mistaken. We'll let him munch away. But while he does that, I will show you how you actually get the animal feed. And so what you can do is you build one of these grain mills. And to build a grain mill, it's right in the build menu. You can see the cost here: 4 animal bones, 8 animal fat, 8 stone bricks, and 8 wood planks. Which isn't too expensive, you usually start getting all the stuff. But what you do is you put in cabbage seed, just like this, and then you have your little crank. And where you want to put your crank, is kind of depends on the tier that you want to get out. And so the higher tier cabbage is just a little bit smaller. You can kind of see the little bar graph, I guess here. It's a little gauge, and we go a little bit smaller than the middle, and then you can attach it to your automated system. But you can also press Q and get on the hand crank, and then you just left click and you will crank it out. Boop boop boop. And so you see, once you crank it a couple times, you will get out equine feed. And so this is a tier 3 equine feed. You can see it's a little better than our tier 1 equine feed, which is dandy indeed. But what I like to do is have a little box with my worst animal feed, and then I put in good animal feed into my stables. And so once our donkey gets bigger, let's double check on his progress here. Wish I could look at it through that, but it's not quite working out like I wanted to. Okay, he is eating. Perfect, perfect. Stay in, stay in. Oh no, stay in there, you little son of a gun. Stay in. He doesn't want to stay in. Okay, we'll hopefully the donkey stays around. He does have food to eat, so he should be happy. But he is okay. There he goes. We reattached him onto us, so we'll put him back in here. Stay in there, okay. And so yeah, we know he's eating. He's kind of doing a little wibbly wobbly, but he should be feeding. But yeah, you put them eventually into your stables, and the stables actually requires food and water. You can't let them starve or go thirsty. And so what you do is you just throw some buckets of water in, and then you can see the little well fills up visually, which is super nice. And we will have food in the trough. I'm pretty sure, yeah, the food appears in the trough as well, so you can visually see that easily if you need to, and that's all, very very nice. And while we're looking at this, I also wanted to show my little farm field. So I built a little farm, and to build a farm, you actually are required to get an iron hoe, which took us one of our iron tool blades with a wooden plank, and we were able to build our little spot. So what you do is you go into the industry tab and then tilled field, and then it costs 10 branches and you can plop them down. You can plop down more than one. We just need one for now, so we are just going to go with one. We're not going to worry about it. And then the other thing you can do is you water your field, and you can see it visually changes when it's more watered. I think it can get like 3 buckets of water on there, maybe 4 buckets. Let's try. It was already kind of one wet, and then we put one on, so 2, and then that was 3. This is 4. Okay, so yeah, it takes like 3 buckets of water basically to get it fully soggy, and then we plant crops. And so what we planted here is wheat seeds. And the reason that we need to plant wheat seeds here is because we actually are going to need to produce a mill harness eventually, and the mill harness requires linen. And linen is kind of an interesting product. It's different than you would expect. I mean, I guess for me personally, what I thought I expected it to produce, but what you need is you need to produce wheat, and then you put it on the drying rack, and then that becomes linen. And so I think that's kind of like the real process, because I know there's like threshing and stuff you have to go through, but basically you get some flaxy kind of stuff, and you beat it in the water a little bit, and then you put it out to dry, and it turns into linen-y type stuff. But let me know in the comments if you know better how that works. But yeah, we will eventually wait until our wheat has grown, which may take longer than we think, but that will be fine. Hopefully, it will grow before the war ends, because as you can see, we did lose our main city here. There's still fighting kind of going on around here, but we did lose our frontline city. Oh, here it is over here. And so they're pushing into our cities. Hopefully, we can survive it. For now, it's not looking great. You can see that they have all the religious influence they need, 6 out of 6, and it is growing steadily. We'll see how long that takes. But yeah, for now, we are just going to let our wheat field grow and let our donkey grow. And ooh, you can see the donkey has already become a big burro, which is awesome. Definitely a big visual difference. You can tell he ate about 10 animal feed. That's kind of how much it takes, I'd say, if you're using the quality 2. But yeah, what you can do is ride your donkey around. You don't need a saddle for the donkey to hop on him. You actually do need a saddle to ride the horse, which is kind of a benefit of the donkey. But if you want to put him in your stables, you just get off right here. And what you do is you click on your donkey and you say attach vehicle. Wait, let me get closer. Hopefully it attaches to the right thing here. There we go. All right. Attach vehicle, because I wanted to attach here and not to try to attach here. So you can see he goes into the slot, and he will start eating equine feed as he needs it, and he will start producing animal shite, which we can then use to fertilize our field when we mix it with wood ash. If you go in your menu here, you can see that option somewhere. I think you could, yeah, okay, here it is. Fertilizer, animal shite and wood ash will make fertilizer, and that just makes crops grow faster, as you would expect. And so we are gonna kind of baby our crops, and keep our animals nice and watered and fed. But yeah, once we get that going, we will be able to actually produce stuff without sitting on the wheel ourselves, which is great. Well, it looks like we have some enemies trying to break into our house here. They might get in, we never know. Oh, they're in.
Allez, chopez-le, les gars. Foutez feu à sa porte, celui-là.
On a plus de torches. Moi j'en ai pas sur moi.
Ok,
just
t'arrives
don't
à
want us
surveiller
to
le bateau
have fun.
alors, s'il te plaît.
Ouais.
On n'a plus qu'une.
Can't we all
on va
just
tuer
have
son
fun,
âne aussi.
guys? Why can't we have fun?
T'es sûr que t'as mis le feu à la porte? J'ai l'impression que c'est le puits qui crame.
Les
Je
deux
ne
ils crament.
parle.
Ouais, juste tiens la porte, maintiens la porte, et puis moi, je maintiens la porte ici, parce qu'ils peuvent s'échapper.
Ok.
Well, guys, this might be the end of Hucker's hideout here. You can see they have breached our gates. No friends are coming to our aid. It looks like no one's really playing. No remnants are here, and so we may have reached our end here. But we have a couple buckets of water left to try to save our little keystone here. See if we can.
Eh, t'as encore des torches, frérot?
Une seule. Ah
Une
putain, il
seule?
avait...
Ouais, il a de l'eau, mec, ça... Oh, attends.
Ouais, c'est ça qui est compliqué, c'est qu'en fait, il peut ouvrir la porte pour choper l'eau du puits.
Vas-y, bah on a plus de torches, hein. On va juste prendre les derniers trucs qu'il a, là. Putain, casse les couilles, on a juste pas assez. Faites gaffe au bateau, les gars. Hein. Faites gaffe au bateau. Ah, casse les couilles, il a éteint son keystone et tout, frère. Ouais, bah on a plus de torches, hein, on est baisé là, faut qu'on retourne en arrière.
Ok.
Vas-y, hein, on y retourne, hein. Vous avez chopé du gras de toute façon à l'autre là, non? Il en avait combien?
J'en ai 22 sur moi.
Well, we have survived. I'm very, very surprised, everybody. Well done. That was very stressful. I feel like they are not really actually done, but who knows? It looks like they killed everything in there, but that's okay. There wasn't anything really in there, so they can enjoy that. We have survived. I think we gotta fill in our gap that we have now in the way, and so we are going to do that as quick as we can. Not gonna lie, I'm a little stressed. My heart is racing. I think they just ran out of torches. We literally just had enough water by like one bucket. They thought they were gonna have me. Maybe how many more trees? That should be enough to cover us up. And so this is the danger of living by the water, I'm realizing. I did not leave enough to build defenses here, which would have been a good idea. But we have survived this attack, and hopefully we can survive the next, but you never know. We have to stockpile water. That's something we have noticed. We ran out of water quickly. We need to not have that happen again. So I am going to keep water in the stable as well as in my quenching station inside, and that's what I'm going to try to do, and hopefully we can survive. Oh, and I just noticed, look, they killed our donkey. He was an adult donkey. It's so sad, but it's not the end of the world. We can always get more donkeys. They're out there in the wilds, and so we'll have to go grab another one to start raising him. But we're waiting for the wheat to grow anyway, so it's not the end of the world. The main issue is we don't have any animal shite, but it's okay. We will try and survive. Well, luckily we survived because our wheat is finally ready to get scythed. So let's go grab our scythe from our little handy dandy toolbox. Iron scythe, very nice. And you can see we got another donkey growing after the debacle we had, but it's fine. It's fine. We're not too worried. So let's equip our scythe up, and we will just reap what we have here. So we're getting some wheat sheafs. Wheat sheafs, I believe is how you pronounce that. Very interesting. So now with the wheat sheafs, I believe we put it here. No, it is not what we do with the wheat sheafs. Okay, okay. So how are we making linen? I thought that was the way, but perhaps not. All right. So upon further inspection, I was incorrect. So we don't need wheat. What we actually need is flax. So we have to go try to find some flax seeds out there in the wilds. Hopefully the enemy doesn't come back and try to murder my place. Speaking of, let's grab some water while we can. Always grab more water. We will just put it in here for now, and we'll let it grow. But yeah, we are going to go try and find ourselves some flax. Well, I've been unsuccessful in finding flax quickly, so I captured myself a horse, and I think I might just go for a basic saddle instead. And so we need to go find one rope. We have our thin leather going, so we're not going to worry about that. And so we are just going to head on out. Actually, I'm going to heal up. You can see my health is pretty low. I was fighting wolves, and you might say I was one hit. But yeah, we are just going to take our snacks on the road with us, and we will head on out to go and find some more rope for this saddle. We made it back, and it looks like just in time. Our horse is enlarged or biggened, or however you want to put it. And so we are going to build our basic saddle, thin leather, wood plank, and some rope. We got all those items. Perfect. So now we should have a saddle, because unlike the donkey, you can't just hop on the horse by pressing Q. You have to put on the correct equipment, which is a saddle. Very nice. And you can see now you can cruise around on your horse. You have a couple inventory slots in the horse as well, which is great to roll around with the saddle. You get 3 slots. And you can also put your horsey right into the stable next to your donkey, and not a problem. Put them in with your saddle, and I like to take the saddle off. Just, the horse probably doesn't want to sit with his saddle on. That's just not polite. But yeah, we are going to need to put it in here, I guess, because it's inside. That's what I'm thinking, at least. And we are going to keep our water buckets going. Keep producing wheat, even though we cannot do anything with the wheat. And so I did ask in chat about the flax, because I was wondering. I was like, I'm not sure it's a wheat, because wheat is a food product, as you'd expect, goes into flour. But I was thinking maybe it was wheat, because I did not see any of the flax. And flax kind of, I don't know if you know what flax looks like, but it's kind of like a weed that grows near creeks and stuff. So you might find it kind of a long stalk, green looking thing. But yeah, we needed some of that to plant in our field, grow, and then we put that on the stretching rack here, the tanning rack, and so that would allow it to dry out and create the right fabric for us to produce our little saddles here, the mill harness. And so I asked in chat, and they said they aren't spawning correctly, and no one's able to automate anything currently, which is a bummer, because I got it all automated. I was so excited. This looks very good. Look at this X formation, or Y, or I guess one over here, it's like a pentagram. But yeah, I definitely got it going at least a little bit, which is good to see. You can see kind of a full automation setup, what it would look like. You definitely need the farming. You need kind of a little bit of everything to get this really rolling. And so, it makes it easier if you have a whole village with you helping out. But if you don't, then you just got to go solo and make it all work. But if you enjoyed this, hit the like, comment, subscribe. Maybe we'll see you in the Discord if you find your way there. But yeah, if not, we'll see you all next time on the next great video. Have a good day.